Self-regulation skills for emotions is a really big thing in preschool students. Yeah, because when you're running your classroom, you don't want to have to stop every second for every single meltdown. You want them to have the tools to be successful in making sure that they can self regulate those emotions and get back to the rest of the day. If you are a teacher and you are struggling with self regulation skills, hey, I'm Coach Ty. And on this channel, we talk about all things children, all things childcare, and all things childcare professionals. So if that's you and you enjoy content like that, you've made it to the right page, my friend. Hit the subscribe button, click on the notification bell so that you're not missing a thing that I put out. I try to put out 2 days a week. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'll get some new information that will help you be successful in your classroom. Now, today's video is no different from all the others, but what I will tell you is today you're going to walk away with 3 practical steps to help you truly engage and not only fix the issues, but give your children the self help skills to be able to regulate those emotions, even when you can't get to them. So, the one thing that I know after 20 years of experience is it does not get easy for the babies to regulate their emotions. But if we give them what they need to connect, right, and to fully commit and understand what's going on, they will then have the self help skills that they need to regulate those emotions. The first thing that you need to do as a strategy is you need to name it before you try to fix it. Help them give that emotion a name. Instead of saying, stop crying, go sit down. Say, I can see you're frustrated. I can see you're angry. I can see you're very excited. You seem disappointed. Those are some of the things you can use instead of getting frustrated, right? And saying, stop crying, go sit down. They don't respond very well to that. They need to know that there is something wrong. Here's a label for it. And now we can go about helping this child get those emotions out and truly fix those emotions, right? But you cannot try to fix something without giving it a label, right? You cannot try to go and re-put a microwave together and you don't have a label for it, a direction for it, a anything for it, right? That's what I want you to connect to. I want you to stop trying to fix the child and fix the issues in the classroom and help give them the skills to be able to do that. Help them learn how to do it themselves, because a lot of times the things that they're going through, they don't really need you for. They just need you to iron out the kinks. Help me name this thing. Help me label it. Tell me what I'm feeling. Yes, okay, I'm feeling anger. Yes, I'm angry. Now they can connect to that anger. So then you can give them the next step. So instead of saying, stop crying, say things like, I see your face looks a little frustrated, or your body looks a little uncomfortable right now. I can see you seem to be disappointed. Things like that. You look angry, you look sad. Make sure you give it a label first so that then, as you're helping them to identify those feelings, we can then come up with a strategy, a solution to the problem to help them really get through what it is that they're feeling. And then ask, can you tell me what happened? Because there's nothing worse than you as a teacher going in to the space and trying to fix it and trying to do all that, but you never ask them what took place. You're just assuming that you know what took place. No, we have to give them self-regulation skills. And the first thing you need to do is help them to identify what they're feeling, right? The next thing that we want to do is we want to teach our babies how to calm their bodies. Like when they're all over the place and they're screaming, yelling, doing all the things, even before we problem solve, they need to calm those bodies down, right? Why do you, instead of immediately asking, why did you do that? Or why did you say that? Help them regulate their bodies. One of the things you can do is you can begin in your circle time to start helping them with this skill. What does that look like? You may say when they're getting loud and it's getting kind of crazy, or friends are having meltdowns all over the place, you may say, all right, guys, smell the flowers. All right, now blow out the candle. And you may do this 3 or 4 times. You may say it again. All right, guys, smell the flowers. Because now you're noticing everything is chaotic in the classroom and everybody's losing their mind, and you can't help 21 kids at one time. Okay. So now I need everybody to smell flowers. And I need everybody to blow out candles. Because you are one person and there's 21, 22 of them. So, in order for everybody to get what they need in this moment and for you to even calm yourself down, you have to teach them how to calm their bodies before you guys start to problem solve. This is the first way to do it because now you've gotten everybody's attention, everybody's little system is regulated. And so now you can say, okay, Jacob, I saw you crying. I saw that you were sad. Can you tell Miss Ty what is wrong? Or, okay, Olivia, I seen that you were screaming. We had to smell flowers and blow out candles because there was so much screaming going on in here. Friends are going to connect with that because they know now, oh my goodness, Miss Ty is paying attention to me. And even though I'm losing it and having to, there's gonna be so many things going on, but what you have to realize is that you are still in full control. And to give them full control is crazy. So you have to give them a bring them back to you. Bring them back to wherever it is that you are and they are. Everybody needs to come back. And the way that you're able to do that is to smell flowers and blow out candles. And if you do that enough, that calms everybody down, even the child that is sitting over there screaming. Because she's like, what flowers are we smelling and what candles are we blowing out? Girl, I don't know. But what I do know is that whatever it is that I'm giving you right now is going to work for everybody. So collectively, we're going to do it. So first, name it before you try to fix it. And then secondly, you need to teach those babies how to calm their bodies. And I use smell flowers and blow out candles. Okay. And once they do that, you're going to repeat that a few different times. You may even add some things like, all right, now we're going to stretch up high, and they put their arms up and they stretch up their arms really, really high. All right, now we're going to hug ourselves. And they hug themselves. And that's a different. So you can find so many different things that you can do to bring them back and give them the self-help skills to regulate themselves, because it is nothing worse than those babies not being able to do that. And you've got 21 of them doing the same scream and yell. And so now you're like, okay, what do I do? No, use the strategies that I'm showing you. Use the tips that I'm showing you because they need to be able to do that for themselves. The last thing that I would suggest you do, and this worked like a charm in my pre-K classroom, baby. My babies knew when you were having a meltdown and Miss Ty could not help you because you were screaming, yelling, and doing all the things, I would create a calming corner for you to go sit in. Now, this is not punishment. This is not a space where you just want to isolate them because you just cannot deal with them and you don't want to deal with them. No, no, no. This is a corner for them to be able to connect with something other than all the things that made them angry and made them upset. So if it was a friend that, pissed them off or got them all worked up, you are going to sit them over in that calming corner with all those calming things that you have there, right? And I'll do a separate video on what your calming corner could look like or what mine look like, because I want you to truly connect with that. You may have small little gadgets and things over there that will truly take their mind off of the anxiety and the feelings that they feel. Create a corner inviting, create a corner that kind of gets them to woosah, right? Not necessarily having to be in the same space that made them, amp up, that made them lose their mind. Don't leave them in that same space. Have a space created just for the sake of, I need you to calm down. I need you to go over there and think about all your feelings and emotions. I know that you're angry. I know that you're sad. Talk to them. I know that you are feeling really sad right now. I know that you miss your mom. Would you like to go over there and love on some of the bears in the calming area? Like, give them a space specific to them and those emotions so that when they are there, they're not thinking about all the things that made them mad and made them angry or made them sad. They're thinking about what can I do to get out of this mindset, right? And to get me back over to the rug with friends, or get me back over into learning stations with friends, or get me back over to small group with Miss Ty. Maybe they're missing out on small group because those emotions are so big. But our job is to give them self-help skills. Our job is to give them what it is that they need to get to the very next level of being able to regulate those emotions themselves. We cannot, as educators, regulate every single kid in every single emotion. You're going to be crazy if you try to do that. You're going to be delusional because there's so many emotions and there's so many things that are going through their little minds, right? And we're trying to do that for everybody. And I think that is just going to be insane for you. So, as a coach and as someone who has done this thing a time or two, 21 years is a long time. I can give you, per my experience, what I knew I needed to set up in a classroom, right? And how I needed to set these children up for success and not failure. So, what I was going to do was easy. I'm going to make sure that I put every single strategy in place, meaning I'm going to help them name those emotions, and then I'm going to teach them ways to calm their body before we even get started, right? Before all the things, while you're going through all those emotions, I'm going to teach you how to calm your body. And then I'm going to sit you in a place where you can then come back to yourself. Because a lot of times when you sit them over in that calming corner, they sit there for a few minutes and then they come back and say, I'm ready. Beautiful. I am so glad that you're ready. Are you still feeling sad? And you ask them, make sure that they're not still feeling all those huge emotions again. And then there's just another reinvention of the breakdown. No, ask them, are you still feeling sad? Are you sure you don't need any more moments over there? You can take a few more minutes if you no, I'm just ready to go back and play. Beautiful. When you are feeling this way, please note that I need you to understand that this is a feeling and that's okay. You can have all the feelings you need to feel. But when you are feeling really, really anxious and really angry and all the things, I need you to go and sit over in the calming corner. I need you to close your eyes and breathe, smell the flowers, blow out the candles, smell the flowers again, and blow out the candles, Jacob, because this is going to help you be your absolute best self in Miss Ty's room. Do you understand? I got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Because now you've helped him get what he needs. And now you look like Teacher of the Year. If you enjoyed this video, this is what I had. I wanted to make sure that you went into the brand new school year with the self-help regulation skills that you were going to need to help those babies regulate their emotions. Emotions are big, especially at the beginning of school. But I'm glad you stuck around for this video. If you enjoy content like this, hit the subscribe button, honey. Click on the notification bell, so that you won't miss anything that I put out. I put out a lot of good stuff and I don't want you to miss it, okay? Thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.